Hi, Julie here, and today I'm going to show you how you can make your own covered buttons. I had been working on a sewing machine cover that I'm just about finished with, and I wanted to put buttons on the side of it, and I couldn't find any that I liked. So I went to Walmart the other day and found these little button covers, and they're about 1.5 inches in diameter. It's going to be the perfect size, and this is one of the fabrics in the sewing machine cover, along with a little pin cushion that I made, and I'll show pictures at the soon. And what I did to make these, it has instructions on the back, but they're not really good. Well, it has a pattern right here that they say you can cut it out and all that. I'm not going to bother with that, but I did measure it. It was 1.5 inches from here. And so I figured I needed a 3-inch circle, which fits on this perfectly. So I made this circle. You can make a circle however you want. I made it using a washer, and I have this little teeny tiny circle thing. What did I do it? There it is. Okay. This thing here, I've had it for over 20 years, maybe 30 or 40 years. It was made by Dritz. I remember it was on a card hanging in a store in the fabric section. I was a kid when my mother bought it, and she gave it to me. And what it is a pattern guide. They do still make them, but they're plastic now. And this one is made out of brass. And basically what it is, it's got a hole in the center. It's perfect for use with a pencil, a sharpened pencil. It doesn't work with like a ballpoint pen or anything like that, because the hole is too tiny. But they do make these in plastic now, and you can find them on Amazon.com. Look for Seam Guide. Dritz, W-R-I-G-H-T, Dritz Seam Guide. And what I did is, I didn't have anything that was actually 3 inches in diameter, so I used a 2.5-inch washer, and I used these for paper weights for patterns. And so what I did is I just put the washer down on a piece of cardboard and drew the 2-inch circle on the inside like that, and then I went and put this here, and well, where's my pencil? I sharpened a pencil and I put this around it. Let's see if you can see me do this. And all I did was go like this to make the actual 3-inch circle, because this is a 1/4-inch seam guide, just like that. And then if you want the inner circle, which I just did it because I wanted to, you just go ahead and trace around the washer. These washers, I got this from a store in our area called Tractor Supply. I think they are a chain, but I'm not sure how far reaching they are. But you should be able to get these at any really good hardware store, maybe even a big box home store. I don't know, they're probably a couple ounces or so. I bought a whole bunch, and they're good for weighing down your paper on fabric so that you can cut around them. I don't use them a whole lot because I don't really need to. And I've got to press this piece of paper, this fabric, because I really want it flat. And I'm going to do 2 of them, so that I'm going to cut both out at the same time, maybe. We'll see. Just waiting for my iron. Yeah, it's still warm. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll iron that. And I'm going to use one of those heat disappearing pens to draw it. So that way I can use heat to get rid of it. And I do need 2 buttons, so I'm going to go ahead, and I want a harder surface. Let's put that underneath. Alright. And with fabrics, of course, you're going to get flimsiness. But just go ahead and draw your circle around it. And I'm going to be using my fabric scissors, and for some reason I didn't get them ready. But there's the 2 circles. Alright, these Frixion pens, actually I got the No Name brand. They're a generic brand, and I got them from Amazon. But Pilot makes them also. Basically, it's a heat erasable pen for fabrics. And I think they're also good for other things. So you cut it out. And I'm only going to do one on camera, because it's kind of boring to watch me cut these circles out. And to be honest with you, I've never done this before, so I'm learning. And but I've always wanted to. Okay, it's going to take me just another moment here. Okay, and the instructions, I'm going to read them out to you. It says, cut button pattern from back of package. Well, I'm not going to do that. Place the pattern on fabric and cut fabric circle. For sheer fabrics, line with an extra layer of fabric or interfacing. I'm not going to bother with that. Center button cover over fabric. Working from side to side and top to bottom, hook fabric into teeth. Continue working around button, hooking fabric onto teeth and stretching fabric for a tight, smooth fit. Use a pencil eraser to help catch fabric on teeth. And then you snap the back plate on button, and then when using thicker fabrics, use a spool of thread to help snap on the back plate. Okay, well, one of the things is I didn't get myself a spool, and I'm going to open this up. It says no tool required, so we'll see. There's the top. See, I've destroyed it, so yeah, that's why I made myself a cardboard piece. And it looks like this is the way it's going to end up going. There is this little thingy for the back here, just like that. And I believe this goes on like this, and you snap it in. So I've got my piece of fabric cut. Oh, watch this. This is so cool. The ink is gone. So cool. Now that's like the best thing ever. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do what they say. And you know what? I don't think I have an eraser on that. So I'm going to just push this over. Alright, we'll see if I can do this. Wow, 3 inches. Good grief. Ouch. Huh. Try not to get your fingers caught. Ow. Alright. I don't have an eraser. Alright, so this looks interesting. Let's keep pushing it in there. You can use your thumbnail to stick it in there. How about that? That works. Alright, almost there. Give it some time, I guess. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and try to put the back on. And it's got that vertical slot. I'm going to push that in there. Look at that. Hey, that's cool. Okay, so now I can sew these buttons onto my machine cover. And I'm going to turn you around and see if you can see my sewing machine cover. And in a moment, I'm going to show you where that button goes. Okay. Right there. It's going to go right there. It's going to go right here. I think that'll look pretty good. I'm going to sew it right there. And that ought to finish my sewing machine cover very, very well. It's going to go right there. In fact, I'm going to try to bring you up a little bit closer. There we go. There, look at that. It's going to go right there. And that's there is no pattern for the sewing machine cover. I just made friendship stars and sewed them together. Bear with me one moment. I made this square, and it's called Friendship Star, and I made it and designed it using Quilt Cat, an app on my cell phone, my Android cell phone. It's available in the Play Store. And basically what I did is I had made 14 squares thinking I'd need all 14, and I only needed 12. So what I did is I sewed 3 across and then 4 over, and then I sewed the side seams and then boxed it on the outside. I just folded it over, and I'm going to put this button here to finish it off. So that's basically how I made that. I measured my machine. It's 15 inches across, 45 inches all the way around, and about 12 inches high. And so I made these blocks, you know, to fit. And so if you want to make your own, basically that's what you need to do if you want to do blocks. And this one was done with the quilt as you go method, where I made all the blocks separately. I quilted them on the machine in a tic-tac-toe manner, going across this way and then up and down this way. And then they were self-basting. The batting, the backing, and the top were all quilted together at the same time. And then I did what's called the Fun and Done method, where the backing comes forward. You stitch the squares together, and then you fold these over, and you can stitch them, top stitch them down, or you can slip stitch them. I slip stitched the sides here, but not the rest of them. I only did it because I didn't want to put this machine, the cover, inside the machine while I was stitching up the sides. I did it by hand. The top here is done because what I did is I did a 3x4 configuration of squares, sewed it up the sides, and then hand stitched these down, and then folded it over to make this box corner. So that's pretty much all I did. And then I made a matching pin cushion thread catcher thing, and boy, there's the thread catcher and there's the pin cushion, and I made it to match. This is, the squares ended up being 4x4 inches when I was done, so I made that to match. And I have one more plan. I want to make like a pencil cup accessory thing holder, because the one that I have over there, that little green and white thing over there, it's ugly. And I crocheted it. I designed the crochet pattern. It's available on jpfun.com. But anyway, that's going to be changed into a matching pencil cup, utility cup thingy to match this. So I have enough scraps to finish that. Okay, that's it for now. Now you've seen how I cover a button. There we go. Cover the button. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Until next time, thank you and have a great day. Goodbye.